Mm. Hey, I'm by myself. She was here. Barbie was here, but she's got bad reception. But she'll be on back. But thank you, each and every one of y'all, for being here. I see that y'all guys are already here. So that means everybody's really excited to see the guest that we have on today. Thank you all for joining us today and for being here. And I want to say thank you to the very special guest that we have today, one of the most innovative artists that I've ever seen and heard. I mean, I love her music. I got a chance to meet her last year at the Hana Mundial Awards, and I've just followed her career, and I just love everything that she's done forward. So with that ado, let me go ahead and bring her on. I'll go ahead and run the intro. This is Vanita Leo. Run the intro. What happened? Hey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy birthday, by
Hi.
the way.
Thank you. Thank you. I just turned
So,
22. I'm in my Taylor Swift year.
right. So you're in your Taylor Swift years. Okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I was 22 once. That was a long time ago, but I was 22. Oh, I don't remember how long ago that was. But it was so long ago. Let me get my face out of there. I'm like, ugh, I'm so like way in there. Anyway, how have you been doing?
I've been doing good. Yesterday was my birthday and it was cool. It was a Wednesday, and last year on my birthday, my 21st birthday, the whole family got all crazy. This year I was like, I'm just trying to chill. I'm trying to go get some food, trying to relax. We went to go see the draft, the Spurs draft.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm planning a trip to LA in a couple weeks, so I'm not trying to spend all my cash.
Yeah. So what are you gonna do in LA?
I'm working with a producer over there right now named Alan Vega,
Hmm.
and we just try to meet at least like once a month. I'll go pull up for like a week max, maybe less. Um, this time around, I will be shooting some press photos. So definitely gonna be investing some monies into my brand when I go over there. But they're gonna be photos that we're gonna use for like hopefully next year, God willing.
Well, that's good. That's good. I'm actually planning a trip here in Vegas here next month, but then afterwards, we're going to be going to Los Angeles as well. I am working on a film, and so we'll be making a movie here not too long, and so hopefully we'll get the budget all squared away and we can start shooting. So the script is already done. We just need to finalize the money, and then we can start shooting, get the cast together, and start shooting and stuff like that. But
That
excited.
is
Last time,
so exciting, and I
yeah,
feel that
it's
honestly with the budget.
yeah. That's the one thing is just getting the budget down correctly. I've already done several films before, and I've had to write for the budget, which is kind of harder because then you have to think, well, explosions are out. We can't rent a plane. you know, no bombs, no tanks. We can't do. So you have to write with what you have available. And so I was kind of in that mindset, but then they were like, no, 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 we have a little bit of leeway, and so that kind of gave me more freedom to write a little bit to expand on the story. to give it a little bit more realism because not everybody can just live in just a room. So you know, the story was able to breathe a little bit more and live outside of just one location, which is pretty awesome.
That's the best. Yeah. I'm in the process of trying to get some music videos done, and it's the same type of concept where I really just, as creatives, we want to be able to just spread our wings and make it like the most amazing concept possible. But of course, sometimes that those money signs can stand in the way. So it's really nice trying to work on getting some sponsors. Hopefully, we can find local businesses in San Antonio that so
Yeah,
we can
no,
support it.
yeah, I know what you mean because I've worked with people before where they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna do a video. That's awesome. I want fire trucks and explosions and whoa, 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 whoa." We can't all do that. Uh, Real quick, Andrew Amato, he's like, "Keep doing what you're doing, mijita. We are so proud of you and love you." Sam Hymek sends out some hearts. Tina Amaro says, "So proud of you, Mama. Love you so much." Sam says, "Happy birthday." Anita Blagg, she says, "Love you, granddaughter, goddaughter. So proud of you." Joe Villanueva, the Down Bluesman says, "Happy birthday, V." DJ Posey Ariola says, "Happy birthday" as well. So I mean, you got some people that are wishing you happy birthday. That's pretty awesome that they're here, and I really do appreciate you guys for being here as well. Yeah, I mean that's pretty cool. I've followed you. I've been following you ever since we talked last year at Tejano Mundial Awards. I saw your rendition of, I believe it was a Selena song. I don't remember which song it was. I saw it on YouTube, and I was really excited about some of the stuff. The just your take on music. It's different. Um, it's definitely you, and I like the fact that you carry your personality into your music, and it's very you. I remember having a conversation with you, and you were like, you feel best when you're with your people on the stage, which is really something that's saying something about your artistic integrity. And I really enjoy what you put out so far and the music that you've been putting out here lately, which is really awesome. What's your inspiration for all of that? I mean, where do you get your inspiration? Yeah, I know you have a musical family, but where's your inspiration from?
Well, first off, thank you so much for saying that. It's very in a city that, I mean, my San Antonians, my city, we love our traditions, and so it's a little hard. Sometimes it's a little hard for different takes to be digestible to
Hmm.
especially when we're representing the culture. But as far as my inspirations, of course, growing up, like you said, I have my Tejano father, and my tío and my tía were mariachi instructors for me growing up, and taught me like how to control my vocals. But then on the other side as well, I had like a lot of American influences with pop culture. Growing up and watching Britney Spears doing all these like amazing choreography, and um, then when I was a teenager, I saw artists like Caliuchis, Mon Laferte, Cuco, independent artists that maybe in the 90s could not find representation and people that were willing to give them a budget and represent them. Um, when social media happened, they were able to kind of curate an extension of the culture and represent Chicano kids who grew up watching, listening to Chalino Sanchez and Ramon Ayala, Intocable, but also Britney Spears. I keep bringing up Britney Spears. Britney Spears, Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Sorry. I just had to do that.
But as a Tejana, as a Chicana, like it's a melting pot. My music taste is a melting pot. So that is whenever I feel the most authentic, is whenever I'm just communicating my take on music with all of those things combined.
Yeah, it definitely shows, and I really admire your music, just your take on music. It's different, and I think that's really kind of what it is. I've said this before for people that are regulars here, and they all know that it's true. I'm not a native born or a native speaker of Spanish, so when I listen to music, I hear the music first. Then I hear the constructs of the music, and then I can interpret the songs afterwards. So for me, it's always the music and the elements first. Then I can go on to interpret the song and what it's saying. And so that's the one thing that strikes me is just the constructs. It's elaborate. It's not some music can be sometimes I don't want to say mundane, and that's an incorrect word, but it can be a little monotone. And
Hmm.
so the delivery can be a little safe. It can be safe. And so but you are not. You're anything but. It's more on the jazzy side where it's more spontaneity, which I really enjoy. And it's just one of those things that it's just part of the artist. It's not something that's very deliberate. You can't manufacture it. It's something that just comes along, comes with it, which is really awesome. It's a compliment, believe it or not. It sounds a little odd, but it really is a compliment. So
No, truly, I really appreciate that. Like, I truly do. This can be taken as something where people believe it's like a runoff of spirituality, but honestly, it's human nature. When people hear you putting your energy and your heart into a song, they can feel it rather than having a beautiful structure laid out for you from professional songwriters or people who specialize in a culture that has taken off, so there's some artists that do want to hop on the trends and get on it, but if you're not putting everything you have, all of your energy, it's quite different than hearing a song where you do get that.
yeah, most definitely. And I kind of feel like where you're at because when I left Tejano music a while back because I was there in the '90s and in 2000s, and then I left for corporate work. And, corporate work pays better, it's more consistent, but you don't have any freedom for any artistic freedom whatsoever. It's show up, do this, film this, cut it, put it here, send it off, blah blah blah.
Mm.
Very rudimentary, and but you're doing a product. It's very systematic, very redundant. But you didn't have any creative energy, any creative control. And so coming back, I started working with some of the newer artists and doing music videos for them. Then you get that creative juices, and sometimes you find those people that are they're inspiring because they're so creative, and you just like that's wonderful to have that, to work with that, and it's just kind of you get that muse, and that's really awesome. I really do appreciate you willing to do that as a young person yourself, because usually you find that in people that have already tried everything else and then they go to experience themselves. But it's kudos to you. Marianne Villarreal says happy birthday to our girl. We love you. Sam says unique. Definitely big thumbs up. And Joseph Facundo, saludos Vanita de parte de tus amigos los vaqueros de San Marcos, Texas.
Saludos a los vaqueros. What's up,
There you
guys?
go. Mel says we love you, Vanita Leo. So I mean, you got your fans coming in here, and that's pretty cool. I wonder what happened to Barbie. She was there, and then she's not there. She was there at the beginning.
She was struggling, man, with the Bluetooth.
Yeah, she was, and that happens, But that's why I was telling you, if you use your phone, it messes up. It does every time, but it's one of those things. But anyway, I'm glad you're here. Let's go ahead and take a listen to one of your songs. Like I told you, I was going through there through your songs, and I love them all. I love all of the stuff that you put out there because it's all different. Um, they all come from different aspects, and I picked certain songs because of the fact that for those people that aren't familiar with your work, I wanted them to experience your songs so that way they could better understand your vocal ability and to understand you have a range that is not just it's not it's not singular, and you have a great creativity that needs to be experienced. And I always say uh, good music needs to be heard. It should never it's even though I'm the one that puts the music on the air. It shouldn't be me deciding what music should be heard. It should be the audience, but it should be me giving the people the opportunity to hear it. If the people don't have the opportunity to hear the music, then they'll never have the chance to fall in love with it. And that's key. They have to have the opportunity to fall in love with it. So the first song that I wanted to go ahead and make sure that they listen to is it's a it's a it's a conglomerate of jazz and Latin fusion, and it's all this other stuff. It's not no te vayas. It's I don't know where to put it, but it needs to just go. And so I want people to experience it. You're with Mario O, who's just a consummate musician and a wonderful person in himself. But this is a wonderful song, and I really want people to enjoy it. This is Noche No Te Vayas from Vanita Leo. I'm saying your name right, Vanita Leo.
Yes, Vanita Leo, Vanita Leo.
Okay, V. We'll just call you V if that's okay, because
Yeah,
it's
that's
easier.
cool. Mhm.
I let people call me Lawrence or Indio because my name is Michuampi Achelo, so I don't think you want to say that one.
That's a
So,
dope name though. I'm gonna ask Jess how to pronounce it.
right, right. Niña Jaime says de saludos. She says saludos desde Sinaloa, tu abuela mexicana. Hey, how are you doing? Thank you so very much.
Yeah, welcome.
Um, and Tina says, I love you, mama. And our good friend Rick Valderrama. Rick, how are you doing, brother? Thank you so very much for being here. I'll talk to you tomorrow, Rick. Noche No Te Vaya from Vanita Leo, V. We'll call it right now, V, the one and only. I want you guys to enjoy it. Pay attention to the structure of the song and how it flows, and it's just breeze. It's really an amazing song. It goes like this here on Cuba Radio. That is the Vanita Leo. I'm Indio here on Cuba Radio.
Noche, no te vayas, quédate con nosotros para siempre.
Thank you.
That was so great. That's one of the things that I was like, that's what I mean by music needs to breathe. It doesn't have to be just coming at you like full everything. There's a nice soft, it's the constant, the music is good, and there's this nice little pause there, and it just, but it's there, and lets you breathe, and it's itself. It's really awesome. I don't know how to put it in words. I don't know if I'm making any sense to those of y'all that are listening to you. I hope it makes sense, but that's what I mean by let music breathe. It doesn't have to be just full of noise. It can be smooth and and
Yeah. I mean, to a fellow musician, it definitely makes a lot of sense, you know?
mhm.
Um, I have Logic on my computer. I try to produce and make demos on my own, and it'd be so easy for me to just like throw all this stuff in there. But sometimes, like, I don't know, my dad always taught me that, especially when, he was teaching me how to like really sing from my heart. He was like, Mija, sometimes less is so much more.
Yeah,
You
definitely.
gotta let it breathe, you gotta let it flow, you
Hmm.
gotta give it the space to grow, reach that climax, and then it
Yeah,
just takes
because
it.
it's simple, just the impact the bass makes on that song, and it's so it's there, it's in time, but it's consistent, and it's not all over the no, it's just
Mm.
it's very deliberate, very clean. It lets it breathe. Alfredo Rios, the lone Mescan, says saludos, Vanita Leo. Alfredo, how are you doing, brother? Applause from Rick Valderrama, which is always great. Rick is a true appreciator of jazz music and music of all kinds. So that's high praise from him. Gigi La Chicana Guerrero says saludos desde Mission, Texas. Saludos Nod and saludos Venida. It's Indio, sweetheart. You spelled it.
I'm dead.
Great job, Anita. That was soothing, says Joseph. Yes, it was, brother. It was soothing. And great. And Alfredo says it's great music. It is. It's great. It's wonderful when you're able to just push it out there, and then your vocal performance was really clean. And I love it where you have those soft moments, and then you pick up the volume, and then but you're still not overdoing it, and you're not giving us a massive amount of runs that are not necessary. It's just delivering a note and being consistent, but it's with purpose, and that's what I love about it. It's really awesome. Nina Jaime says, "Manda un saludo a tu tía Esmeralda."
Mi tía Esmeralda Jaime. That is my tía Esmeralda Jaime. And I don't know if you've ever heard of her, but she is an amazing singer. If you, she started her career, her Tejano career back in like the early 90s, probably.
Mhm.
Um, if you like my music, if you like the way that I deliver my vocals, you will fall in love with her music. She did this
Was
one song called Entre las Sombras. And for one of the Tejano Music Awards, I can't remember what year, she had a full jazz ensemble and like it was a saxophone player, and she's just effortless beauty, Sade vibes, honestly, in that video. So
that's she just go by Esmeralda?
Esmeralda, yes.
I know who she is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. I do know who she is. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. She had some great vocals. A beautiful woman
Mhm.
too. She was very, very beautiful woman. Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
cool. Darn it. See, you got talent all over you, man. It's pretty awesome. So, your new song that you have, Solo Tu Bebé, what was the the construct behind that? How did you get that going? I see that. I mean, because when I met you, you were hanging around with Mario O, and Mario's like, this girl's got talent and all this other stuff, and but Mario, he's when I talk to him, he's very selective of who he works with, and so but he doesn't tell me anything. So I'm like, send me the music, bro. But it's
Yeah.
when he sends it to me, it's like this. It's like almost cryptic. I was like, I need to know who these are. Give me more background. He just sends me the music, and it's kind of I have to find out on my own. But so, what's the evolution of Solo Tu Bebe?
So Mario Ortiz, genius. He's Oh my goodness, like when I heard that man play his keys, I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
okay, like I am I'm good. Like I'm taken care of. I don't gotta worry about nothing. Um, it's been a pleasure to work with him. And the beautiful thing about my work relationship with Mario O is that he allows me to, you know, work with other people, and we both are like constructing this brand together and continuing to build off of it.
Mhm.
So I like to, when people ask me for like the basic gist of my brand, I like to say, look, I have a side of me, my the husband of Nina, Jaime, in the comment section there, my papo, my abuelo, Cuco Jaime, Refugio Jaime, was an amazing trio musician. Um, and, he passed away when I was 6, I believe, but I have so many distinct memories of him. And I just remember him being the most peaceful man ever. So, you know, as an individual who really strives to hold peace within me, I found myself obsessing over the music that he obsessed with in his lifetime, which was bolero music, and that's where bolero fusion came from.
Mhm.
Um, I fixated on that genre, and that's one side of my brand. It's boleros, it's jazz. And then the others, and that's when Mario was just like me and Mario, just the workflow was work flowing.
Right. Yeah.
And, but my other side, of course, my father's a Tejano musician. I'm from San Antonio. I grew up selling raspas downtown and going to fiesta, and I love cumbias. I love dancing to cumbias. Um, as I was building my brand in 2022, I came across a lot of producers. And just like Mario, I'm a little picky and choosy of who I work with as well. But I met this guy who specializes and has built his whole producing career off of making cumbias. And not just cumbias, but modern cumbias. So Solo Tu Bebé is a mesh between R&B, modern cumbia, love songs. Alan Vega is the producer, and he communicated that it was like if Selena and Aaliyah had a baby, those were the vocals we were serving. so, so
That's what we're
yeah,
going for.
yeah.
Well, it's a great song, and I was like, okay, this is something that it's something I expected from you. I mean, of course, it was I was glad because I was like when it came into my box, I was like, okay, I'm excited because I've seen you uh, uh, some of your performances on YouTube, and I've seen some of the stuff that you've done, but I've never seen you perform live. Like I said, every time I've talked to you, it's been in person, and I've not heard you perform yet. I've only talked to you at a different events, and that was it. So I was kind of, man, you every time we talked, it was like my creative juices would get going. I'm like, man, it's inspiring to hear somebody that is like-minded, because not everybody thinks that way. And I'm yes, I'm heavily involved in Tejano music, but you have to remember I'm a Native American, and I fell in love with Tejano music. I didn't grow up in it. I didn't grow up because I didn't eat beans and rice. I didn't do any of that. People are like, well, what do you eat? I ate bologna. I ate regular food. I didn't have that kind of stuff. So it's kind of weird. But anyway, it was different for me. But I fell in love with it, and that's why I appreciate it so much. But it was just different, and it's I like the trajectory that you're coming from. But anyway, let's take a listen to Solo Tu Bebé. It's a great song. It's a beautiful song, and I want people to see it because it shows another side of your vocal ability, and it shows that you're not restricted in just one thing. And it's another song, another beautiful song in its own right from where it comes from. Take a listen right
Thank
here
you.
on Fuel Radio. It's just it's a great song, and I like the little intricacies in the back. The little steel guitar that's just kind of back there, but down, down, down. I mean, just the little things that add that make it what it is. It's really awesome. I mean, it's a great song. It's one of my favorite songs of the year so far, of this year so far. So
Thank
good.
you.
It's really cool. See, Irene Mendoza says, "Saludos desde Glendale, Arizona." How are you doing, Irene?
Glendale, Arizona. I'll
She
be
said,
in Glendale, California soon.
"All right, yeah." Saludos, DJ Indio and Vanita Leo. She says she loves it, so that's pretty cool. And Sam sends a heart as well, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, and it's pretty awesome that you know. It's just like I said, it's a different side of you. It's a different, once again, it's a beautiful song in its own right, in its own the way you deliver it. It's pretty awesome, and it's progressive, like you said. It is a progressive cumbia, which that's one of the things that makes Tejano music so wonderful. It's not formulaic. It's its own little entity, its own little conglomerate of different kinds of music all pushed together. You know, uh, that's one of the things that's very unique about Tejano music. I always say, like with salsa, if you play salsa, you just play it, 15 beats faster than you got merengue. If you add in a steel guitar, then you've got bachata. You can make it all kinds of different kinds of music. Norteño is a very rhythmic system. Sound. You have to have the saxophone in harmony with the accordion, that kind of stuff.
Mhm.
So, Tejano's just open. You can throw a lot of stuff at it, and it sounds really, really good. And so, kudos to you for that. So, real quickly, I wanted people to know that, first of all, you have several songs. We're going to listen to as many as we can, but you do have several songs, and you can get all of them. You can listen to all of them on Spotify. That's the QR code for Spotify right there. You can go ahead and check it out right there.
Heck yeah, and you'll come in and
In,
clutch with the QR code.
in the corner right there. However, if you want to get some more information on Vanita Leo, you can always go to her Facebook page right there. What, right there. Go to her Facebook page. That QR code will take you to her Facebook page. So that way you can go ahead and get some more information on Vanita Leo. So that way we can go both ways. Yeah, either way, whichever way you want to. But that's how you support your Tejano music. That's how you support your favorite artists. You go to their shows and you buy their merch. That's the best way to do it. I do say stream their music. You should stream their music. Although Spotify doesn't pay as much as they used to. I use yeah, I use Tidal because it pays more, and Tidal's essentially the same thing. However, if you are listening to the show on Cuvo Radio, or on the app, or on the website, you will see an add to cart button. That you click on the add to cart button, it will take you to Apple Music. You can buy the song there. You can buy all of her songs there. I do not make any money from that exchange. However, because I am a fully accredited radio station with ASCAP, CMI, BMI, CSEC, SOCOR, I do get a discount on my licenses for participating in the program. With that being said, if you are a new artist or you know of a band that wants some music to be heard, be sure that you send it in to admin@cuvaradio.net, and I'll sure to get it on. It has to have two things. The first thing, it has to be recorded at industry standards, and the second thing, it has to have an ISRC code, so that way you can get paid. Not for me, that's for you. Okay, commercial done. Okay,
Oh my god. No,
thank you.
thank you. Like honestly, Indio, like not a lot of people know their stuff like that. Like that was just
Yeah,
as an artist, as a struggling artist, that was powerful. I'm just gonna say that.
well, thank you, thank you. I mean, well, it's that's what we strive to do here, is to make sure that artists have a place to share their talent, but not only that, but get paid for it. I come from the old school, from terrestrial radio, and people don't realize that back in those days, terrestrial radio, ASCAP and BMI, that only covered the mechanical licenses, the people that wrote the music, and then the people that produced it. With the new ISRC code, the artist gets paid, and so does the musicians and everybody else that's involved. Whoever's on the ISRC code is going to get paid. That's a huge difference. That's to me, that's much better. And my system, although I piggyback off of another system, the system that I use, I actually wrote it. Well, I have a degree in computer science with a minor in math, but I wrote the program so that way it kicks it out if I don't have an ISRC code. So that way I don't have to worry about it. Because when I started this radio station like 5 years ago, we had to write it down every month what we played and send it in, and that's how the royalties would get paid. Now it's automatic through Soundstripe, and it just reports it every time the song gets played. It automatically goes through. So that's why if you have it, that way I don't have to worry about it. You get paid and it's done. So
Yeah,
you too, but it works.
that's clutch. I'm thinking about doing computer science as well. Either that or marketing.
I have a degree in communications. I actually have 4 degrees. I have a degree in computer science and communications and Spanish and telecommunications. Yeah, I know. My kids say I have more degrees than a thermometer. So,
My mom's on her second one, I think, but
Mhm.
that's awesome. There's not It's such a flex to be educated like that. So,
Wow, that's
congrats.
right. So Mateo says that that song truly created a turning point for Tejano music production, arrangement, and vocals. Tejano is back on the map. Yes, it is. It's a beautiful song, and it's wonderful because of the fact that it shows a lot of versatility. There's a lot of things that are inside the song that make it what it is and make it attention grabbing. It's not just like I said. It's not formulaic, and that's the key thing. It's. Uh, I'll share with you. Ruben Ramos told me, he says, for you to have success in a business is to have that. And I was like, a finger? What is that? He goes, no, no, no. Whatever makes you stick to it, but be consistent with whatever it is that you do. Because um, if you're constantly changing who you are, your audience will not recognize you. And so uh, you need to keep your your projection of who you are a consistent artist, so that way people will recognize you and they'll follow you. And like, every Ruben Ramos song because he sings the same. He is who he is, and he's got that Ruben Ramos flavor. No matter what song he sings, what type of song he sings, you're going to recognize him. Same thing can be said about Mas. The same thing can be said about La Mafia. The same thing can be said about Intocable or the Cumbia Kings. They'll have consistently the same sound, the same type of music. They reinvent themselves at times with different sounds, but they're still consistent with what they project, and that's what he
Yeah.
said. Nina Jaime says, esta persona que está entrevistando DJ Nindio es un profesional. Muchas gracias. Thank you so very much. I hope I've been doing it a while. I better be good at it. Vivian Chavez says, hola, Lawrence. How are you doing? How are you doing, Vivian? Thank you so very much. Let's be who we are, right? Yes, of course. We have to be who we are. We could never be anybody else. The best thing we should be is just be ourselves. But you know what? My grandfather used to say, the world is full of people, but there are very few humans. We should be human to each other. That's what we need to be. Be more human, because we live in an age where everybody wants to point fingers and complain and put people in boxes instead of just accepting us for who we are. We should
Yeah.
just be us and just accept us for who we are and the beauty of who we are. We sometimes we miss that. We miss seeing the beauty in people. We want to see the bad, and we shouldn't. We should accept us for who we are, and
Hmm.
hopefully we can pass that on and live that on. Yeah, and let's be humble. That's right. I know I'm just a guy. Sorry, I'm just a guy from Vancouver, Texas. I don't. What the hell do I know?
No, I love it. I love it, honestly, especially now in the age of social media. I'm like I'm building my Instagram right now. I've grown it like up to almost 10K. I've grown it over like 10,000 followers in the past month, working my butt off every day. And my most viral video has like crazy comments. So, in the era of social media, yes, 100%. Remember that what you type and what you say, I mean, I'm terca, you know, it doesn't. It's not keeping me up at night, but sometimes it really does affect people. We have power. There's so much power in the tongue. So much power in the tongue.
Well, I'll tell you. I'll tell you a little story. I have a friend who she was. She we. I used to be the a system administrator in at Verizon, working in some of their systems. And this person that would work with me in my department, she had just gotten out of a very, very, very abusive relationship. And she was married for 10 years. She got out and finally, and she was a good friend of mine. And then she was free, and so she started going out and she was partying all the time and stuff like that. And some of the other coworkers had attitude about it, and they were upset with her and everything else, and they wondered why would I say hello to her and comment on how pretty she was that day. And I said, she came out of a really tough relationship. Every day she's reaching for something that's different, something that's new, because she didn't know what being by herself was. She got married when she was young, so she left her parents' house to live with this guy. So she never lived out on her own before. So she's just finding her footing. But what if that day was a really tough day for her? She had woken up and she realized that she doesn't have any money or anything, whatever it could be, something that's just really hard that she's having to struggle by herself, or she's having self doubt. And my hello, you look wonderful today, made her day. It just made her day for that day. What did it cost me? How hard was it for me to say hello?
I
So
always say that. I'm like, it costs $0 to just be cool and be nice.
yeah. So why bother? It's no big deal. So that's the way I live my life, in the hopes and dreams that my children will be as proud of me as I am of them. We'll just go with that. We'll do the best that we can.
Yeah,
What manner of a man would I be if I didn't try to make this world a better place? You know.
100%. It's our duty to each other as humans. I always say that to my family. Like, it's our duty to each other to just try to be the best that we can be and just speak to each other with love. That's all you gotta do.
The best we can. I'm a fan of Vanita Leo, and Indio says hi, Sam Hyman. Thank you so very much. But I think she deserves all the fans. I'm just some guy from Vancouver, Texas.
Nah, dude, you're cool, man. You're like being interviewed by you. I mean, we've met briefly a couple times, spoken in person, but I didn't think I was gonna like my musician brain was gonna come out and start geeking out in this interview. And you started talking about like your take on music and your opinions, and right away I was like, there's like a certain I have like very vague press training on
Mhm.
like not geeking out and going off on a tangent about stuff, that I'm passionate about, but you're pulling that out of me, man. So
Well, I mean, good music should be it should be not only just admired, but it also should be explained why it's admirable. Just because you like it, you should also be able to explain why you like it, not just because you do. There should always be a reason of your motivation of what it is. If you're able to understand it, then it makes you a more whole person, because you're able to extrapolate what it is that is the good in all of it, so that way you can share it, and other people may not know that they're actually experiencing it, and they may open their eyes to experience other things more. And that's the whole purpose of having these conversations, and so that way we could make fans of other music as well, if they apply what they've heard from here. It's funny because some of these guys, they jump on there and there's like, what's the lesson of the day? Because I always have these different things that I share with people, and they're like, because I don't know why I spew knowledge sometimes, and it's just kind of funny. Vivian Chavez says, "You look wonderful today. Great words, Indio. Thank you so very much." She does look wonderful, doesn't she? She always. By the way, the last time I saw her, you were in this beautiful, beautiful dress. Yeah, you're just. I mean, you're very beautiful. I'm not saying that you don't look beautiful now, but you were an exceptionally. It was the award show, so that's why. Anyway, have a
thank
jam,
you.
have a jamtastic show. Happy belated birthday, Vanita Leo, said Ricky Duran from
Thank you.
Houston, Tejano Hits. There, thank you, Ricky. Ben, I appreciate you, brother. Sonia de la Paz. Oh my gosh, another beautiful person. Woo-hoo, big fan of my girl Vanita Leo. And Sonia, she's just she's an amazing person. Her and her husband, I call him the wizard. Man, he's like the Wizard of Oz. He's just full of talent. Both of them, they're so full of talent and wonderful people to hang around with. I really do love them. They're just amazing people.
I agree. I love Sonia. I always, because her bestie is Carla, and I just, when I first got into the scene, I just remember, like, I'd pull up to these award shows and I'd, like, be like, okay, like, who's the homies? And, like, her and Carla would just always embrace me and, like, just give me all the support. So I'm so thankful for them.
Yeah, Carla Cristina is another one that's just amazing, beautiful voice, a beautiful personality, and pops too. He was just, he's something else. I just, they're just wonderful people. I really appreciate their humility and their willingness to share. That's what I really appreciate about them. And
Hmm.
so I really did thank them for allowing me to help them. You know, the way I have helped them, which is amazing. It's awesome. Let's talk about Arrepentida. That's another beautiful song that you put out, and I really do. I really, I mean, that's a beautiful, another beautiful song. I keep saying that, but they are beautiful. So I know it
Thank
sounds
you.
redundant, but it's another good song. Where is that coming from?
Arrepentida was written by my cousin Miguel Guzman. Um, I worked between him and Mario. We all collaborated on my first EP. My cousin Miguel, we are very alike um, in many ways, you know. Um, he pulled up after like obsessing over this one corrido by Karol G. It was 2022. We had just got back from a trip to Mazatlan, Sinaloa, where our abuela is from. And yeah, he just pulled up to the house and he was like, Prima, I just wrote this song. What do you think? He already had the demo and everything recorded. And I listened to it. I was like, dude, I'm obsessed. And we took it to Mario. And then Mario put this like insane trap beat on it. And it's just, this is my baby right here. Arrepentida, this is just like, I love her. I love her.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song. Before we get to it, real quick, Juan Antonio Lomas says, "Saludos from Pasco, Washington." Jay Lomas here. Love solo too, baby. Congratulations on my gym playlist.
Nice.
Nice. I went to the. I had a gym membership for like a half a year. I would go. I would go every day, and I didn't lose an ounce. I mean, I didn't go inside. I just park in the parking lot and eat like some cookies and some milk, but I didn't go.
Me too. Me too. Honestly, I used to be such a gym rat. Like, I saw like two years ago, I was like the same weight that I am now, but I looked insane. Like I looked so ripped and like just crazy. But now I go to the gym and I do not have that same motivation. But my friend, he's a dear friend of mine. He's a photographer. His name is Joe Grizzly. That's his
Mhm.
photographer name. He was just like, it's because you're happier. Like you're not
that's,
taking all your anger and sadness out on your muscles. And I was like, you're right, man. You're right.
that's what it is. Yeah. No, I was in the military, and so like now I'm just old. That's why.
I thought about going to the military.
Yeah.
Uh, I actually don't tell this story a lot, but I was going to when I turned 18, I was gonna go to the Navy. I was gonna swear into the Navy, and I actually never tell this story during interviews, but um, yeah, I didn't know. I knew that I loved music, but I really wanted to be comfortable. And my mom, she was in the reserves. A lot of my family members were in the military. And at like 18, I was a little chunky monkey. And my the the guy who was helping me, in the process, he just told me like, you're gonna have to get your mile down to like 7 minutes. You're gonna have to be able to do like this many push-ups. And this was
Mhm.
when the pandemic had started. I was a
Mhm.
pandemic graduate, so every day running, started losing all this weight, started doing push-ups, crazy. And then my mom came to me like 2 weeks before I swore in, and she was like, "Can you please just try to give music a shot?" So That's what I'm doing now.
Well, I think the enlistment date is 32. After 32, you cannot join.
Okay,
So
cool.
just so you know, I
It's nice to
mean,
know I have that though. You know.
yeah, you have that, in your deal. I joined before all the madness happened, and I was there when the madness was there. And I don't know what it's like now, but I know when I went in, it was still the old USCMJ, and it was really tough. Back when I joined, they could put hands on you, so yeah, it was. I actually have a little scar over my eyebrow where my drill sergeant he split my eyebrow open, but that's it's different now. But I
Mm.
joined when I was 17, so
Oof.
yeah. But that's neither here nor there. I know that was something that I did, and I'm proud that I'm a veteran. My brother is a veteran. We're both soldiers. My sister-in-law is a veteran. I've got lots of veterans in my family and stuff like that. But you know, it takes a special kind of person. It's a lot of discipline to be successful. It's a lot of discipline. And in this man's army, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what it is now, but you know, um, it's there. It's different. You know,
Yeah,
it is. It's different.
I do have a
Vivian,
lot of respect for him though.
thank you. Vivian Chavez says music is beautiful to our souls, and I'll tell you that's one of the reasons I started the radio station because that's the one thing that brought me home. The loneliness, the crazy stuff that was going on around us, the escape that we had was music because music can make you remember all kinds of things. It can make you remember smells, tastes. That it can bring you back. I tell this story about how my wife, when I was deployed, my wife wrote a letter to me every day. But I was always on combat train, so I never got the mail. And when I was flying back, it's 12 hours from Egypt here, or 18 hours rather, to fly back from Egypt. And so um, they gave us our mail on the plane and had a big old stack of letters. She had written me every day, and I didn't get one of them until I got on the plane flying back home. And I read every one of the letters on the way back. So we didn't have, we didn't have we didn't have cell phones and stuff like that, and in my unit we weren't allowed to bring anything. Like I could like there were guys that would bring cameras and stuff like that. Well, we weren't. Our unit was a specialty unit, and we weren't allowed to bring cameras or anything like that. It was very no, a big no-no. But anyway, yeah, that was a very real deal. But we did have access to music. We had you know CD players and radios. Sometimes we had Radio Free America that was over there we could listen to. But that was what would bring us home, is music. You'd be surprised what you miss. Like I remember one time the water spout broke on the water truck, and the water it was spraying onto the sand, and it was hitting the sand, and as it was hitting the sand, it made this sound shh, and it sounded like steak, like steak on a grill.
That's cool.
And I was like, dude, that sounds like steak. And we were talking to shut up, Caesar, because they called me Caesar. Shut up, Caesar. And I was like, no, it really does. And they were like,
Oh,
like, dude, come on, Sarge, you're killing me. So anyway, sorry, I just went on a
oh.
tangent there. Shout out
No,
from
that's cool.
DFW. It's the Hano time from DFW. Says shout out. Thank you so very much. Vivian Chavez says, "Go veterans!" Yes, for all the veterans. There you go. Is Vanita gonna? Oh, is Vanita open to any duets? Are you open to any duets?
I am totally down for collaborations. Just send me your concepts and we'll see if the creative juices flow.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. Wasn't that the plot of the movie The Notebook?
And have you ever seen The Notebook?
I've seen it, but
Basically, Noah went into the military and then it's been a minute for me too. And then
But
And
wait,
then,
he thought of steak too, or wait,
nah, I think he just, I don't know.
how was it? How was it the plot of the Notebook? Because I mean, I lived it, so I don't know what it is that you're
Maybe it's
talking
because Ali always ate good in that movie.
about. Maybe that's what it was. What are I don't know what he means by that. And he's a good friend of mine, so he's up to something. So I don't know what he means by that. But anyway, no, I'm sorry I went off on that tangent, but it's true that music does bring us back. And you know what? It just occurred to me. I haven't asked you that one question because it's very, very true. The way you sing and the most of the boleros and everything else, it's all beautiful and wonderful. And I'm going to ask you a question that just popped into my head. But really quickly, let's go ahead and take a listen to Arrepentida because I believe that people need to hear this song because of the fact that it's a beautiful song, and once again, it shows another side of your vocal ability. And I want people to appreciate how you master this song and the technique that goes into this song. Pay attention. This is Arrepentida from Vanita Leo. That is the Vanita Leo. I'm Indio right here. Cuba Radio.
Amor mío, no te vayas de mí. Puedo ser lo que quieres, no quiero estar sin ti. Te prometo, no lo haré otra vez. Estoy arrepentida, pido perdón otra vez. Todo lo que construimos, todo lo que he vivido, todo lo que prometimos. Sabes que mis emociones con razones no sé controlar, pero veo tu sonrisa junto a esa naricita más bella que poesía. Sé que aunque enojamos y peleamos, siempre te amaré. Amor mío, no me trates así. Corazón, yo te pido, quédate junto a mí. Si me dejas, no sé qué haré sin ti. Por favor, no te alejes, es difícil admitir. Todo lo que construimos, todo lo que he vivido, todo lo que prometimos. Sabes que mis emociones con razones no sé controlar, pero veo tu sonrisa junto a esa naricita más bella que poesía. Sé que aunque enojamos y peleamos, siempre te amaré.
Nice. Super nice. That's just so nice. It's Tejano Time says, wasn't that the part of no, we already read that one. un título de una canción, todas tus cartas y mi amor le
Mi
recibo.
abuela, she's always giving me inspiration for to write new songs.
It's a, you know what? I will tell you this, Nina, about about the songs, the letters. We kept them, and we had them for almost 20 years. And Gracie had put them in a chest, and we were living in the country, and we kept them in a chest in the garage, and a tornado hit our house and took all of them away except for the very first one. And I still have the very first letter that she wrote.
Oh,
Yeah,
freaking tornado!
it's okay.
It's still very poetic though that it left a little.
I've never seen it too. I saw the trailer. Stop. Then why are you comparing my life to a trailer of a movie? Arrepentida de Güerito Guzman, says Nina.
Yeah.
Vivian says the beautiful, just beautiful, great vocals. And I told you it's very haunting, but it's beautiful and it's a totally different side of your vocals. And I love the fact that, you know, the once again, the construct of the bass was much more, it was much more apparent this time, but it wasn't overpowering, and it stood up where it needed to be, and it was soft where it needed to be, very domineering where it needed to be, because uh, uh, the steel guitar obviously was the one that was the chaser of the vocal, you know, and it was there, and it was just a beautiful song. It was all the way the construct. I loved it, all of it, just the whole entire thing. The question that I was going to ask you, and it's because of the fact that you're here, you're relatively new to the Tejano scene, even though that you're not a new singer, you have been singing for quite some time. But have you thought about that your music is the inspiration? People will fall in love to your music. People will kiss for the first time to your music. People will be married to your music. People's will they will they will have their first dance to your music. They will touch hands for the first time to your music. Has that come across your mind before?
I love that. Not those exact situations. I haven't thought about that. Which thank you for saying that. It's a beautiful thing to think about. Um, I always say like to my followers on Instagram, like I always just want to communicate love through my music. So if love is being grown as people listen to my songs, I mean that's why we do it. Art, it's brought people together. It's caused movements. Um, so, no, that's a beautiful thing to think about. It's a beautiful thing to think about.
Yeah, it's inspirational. Music is, I firmly believe that any song that an artist puts out is always going to have a piece of them within that song that's being released. And, in turn, people reciprocate by sharing that thought, and they extrapolate emotions from that for whatever reason that it could be, whatever they take from that meaning. You know, that's what they get from it. But, it's still beautiful that they are able to get that information from there. Uh, um, we all get different meanings from different things. And who knows why we do what we do. But it's beautiful to have that thought process behind your music.
Yeah, I love that too, because honestly, I've always wanted my music to be left up for interpretation so that it can be
Mhm.
easily applied to whatever an individual is going through in their lifetime.
Yeah, but it's a beautiful song, and I just love the song. It's one of my favorites as well. It's just that, like I said, it's progressive, it's different, and it's willing to be itself, which is always a wonderful thing. And
Yeah,
I really love that about your music. It's very eclectic in itself, and that's the way it should be. What is this fly doing in my office?
I know there was a fly earlier. My cats are here. I don't know if you see me looking this way a lot. I have two
Yeah.
cats. And I'm like, dude, this is your job to catch these flies. Like, what are you doing?
Cats don't catch flies.
This one does.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
like,
You know what?
Colores, so like we're kind of towards the countryside of San Antonio. And
Mhm.
I had opened my bathroom window the other like 2 weeks ago, and a freaking cucaracha came in. No, I don't do that. I don't do all that. No cucaracha. I can't. I can't. And
That's
anyways, I put my cat, and he's an overweight guy. I'll see if he'll let me grab him in a little bit so I can show y'all. But he's about 15 pounds
oh
of
wow.
beautiful orange tabby, and he caught the cucaracha, and I was like, heck yeah, good shit, soul. Sorry, I was like, yeah, and
Well,
he just laid on it.
did you know that Pope Gregory the First? He's the one that started the whole myth about black cats.
Really? I love
Mhm.
black cats.
He was, he believed that black cats were like they were possessed by demons, and that's what was causing the bubonic plague. And so he would encourage people to get rid of cats in general, which was propagating the pit plague in its first place, because the cats were the ones that were killing the rats, and it was actually rats and mice that were spreading the bubonic plague. So he was only exacerbating the plague by having them get rid of cats. So he was part of the problem instead of probably the solution. But yeah, that's where the black cats come from. The fear, or the black cats are bad luck. He's also the reason we have bless you for when you sneeze.
Really?
Yeah, that's where when people sneeze and you say bless you, that comes from Pope Gregory the First. Because during the bubonic plague, he suggested that you give a mini blessing to people, because if you cough and you sneeze, more than likely you were having the bubonic plague. And so it was best for you to say a mini blessing. So you would say, bless you. And that's where that comes from.
Damn. If
See,
Pope was
guys,
if
there's
Pope
your,
Gregory was a cat hater, I don't know if we would vibe, but
well, that's where bless you comes from. That's your knowledge for the day, everyone.
heck yeah, I love fun facts.
There you go. I'll share some more with you. We wear black at funerals because of the Romans,
Hmm.
because Romans would change their togas. They were always white. They always wore white togas, but uh, uh, whenever they would go to a funeral, in order not to get their white tunics dirty, they would wear a black tunic. So they would. That's why we started wearing black to go to funerals, because they
Oh,
would change their tunics to not get them dirty. Because the rich always wanted their tunics to be pristine. So
dang! So it's not even rooted in mourning. It's just they didn't want to get their stuff dirty.
yeah, it's crazy though. But I mean, that's why that that's why that is. Yeah, people do some of the strangest things. We just don't know, But it's true. It's very, very true.
Yeah,
Yeah. So
I'm fully a cat person though. Dogs, I try my hardest to. My brother has this huge dog named Raina. She's a sweetheart. Little dumb, but such a sweetheart. And she's a protector. That's why I love dogs. Like, I like to think
mhm.
of dogs as like spiritual protectors. But like Raina, if there's a stranger walking in, she lets them know, like, dude, who are you? You're not welcome. Um, but dang, she's messy, and she's like eating up like some very expensive heels that I've purchased.
Oh, well, purebred animals. That's part of the problem with purebred animals. The purer the breed, the more that they suffer from inbred problems. So that's why they have
Adopt, don't shop. To all the viewers, adopt, don't shop.
yeah, because yeah, they have glandular problems. They don't live as long. They have bad teeth. They die very. I mean, they have a lot of issues because they're inbred, and that's just part of the puppy mill service. That's what they do.
Raina should live a long, healthy life. She's from the streets. So,
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So anyway, we've come to the part of the show where we go ahead and let you go ahead and just tell everybody your thank yous, your well wishes, and let people know where they can go ahead and find all your news and information. Don't forget to let them know about your Facebook. They can go ahead and hit that QR code for the Facebook and everything else. But it's all you, sweetheart. You can send out your shout outs, let them know where they can find you, where you can be playing next, and everything else. It's all you. I'm just gonna go ahead and step out. It's just you.
Beautiful. Okay. Oh, okay. What's up, guys? It's Vanita Leo. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my interview. Shout out to DJ Indio for putting me on and giving me this platform right now. Um, Updates. You guys can keep up with me on Facebook. I am more active on Instagram. You can see all of the funny reels we make and the journey I go on with my band. As for events, particular releases that you should keep an eye out for, I'll be releasing a song in between August and December. I'll have more information in about 4 weeks when I go back to LA. But a song called Putazos. So we're gonna have like a little boxing theme with it. Um, and I hope y'all like it. But like I said, yeah, stay in touch with me. Send me a message on any platform and just pull up to a show. I'm gonna try to pick up some more shows in August. Taking just a little bit of a break though, so I can work on music for everybody. But thank you, DJ Indio. Thank you so much for just supporting local artists.
Well, thank you so very much. But you're far more than just a local artist. You're an exceptional artist. So that's let's just go ahead and make sure that we make sure that that's being said. And just for people that are wondering, music takes a long time. So don't hold her to what happened to August. Don't do that
Yeah.
because that there's so much that goes behind releasing a single. First comes the construct. You first you have to record a dummy track, then you record vocals for the dummy track, then you got to come in and record all the instruments for it. Then she comes back in, she re-records her vocals, and then if they have to re-record instruments, then they come in and re-record the instruments, and then she comes back and re-records her vocals to match the instruments and do any change ups and everything else. Then it goes to mastering. Then they got to remaster, and then she comes back in and then she listens to the whole entire thing, and then they do the final master, then the final mix, and then it gets released. It's way more complicated than just she goes in and she just sings to this microphone in the restroom and then that's it. No, it's a lot more complicated than that. So, you know, just give her a break.
Patience.
Yeah.
Patience. Now, right
Yeah.
now we have we're just for as far as the production part, we got the masters in the process of being done. It's kind of on the back burner right now though, because I got some other stuff in the works. But the master is in the process of being done, and then we have visuals. That's what's gonna be taking up the most time right now within the next couple of months because I want to make sure that for this next single, we just give you guys the best visuals, the most iconic stuff I can give y'all possible. So
See, there you
yeah.
go. So just keep that in mind. I just know because I've had people tell me, well, it's going to come out in June, and then it doesn't come out in June, and they're like, what happened to June? Give us a break.
Beautiful things take time. Good things take time.
You water your plants and they don't come out the next day. They take time. Lots of sunlight, lots of sand, lots of everything. The bees gotta come along and pollinate,
Exactly.
Let it work. Thank you so very much, Vanita, for being here. I really do appreciate you, sweetheart. I really do appreciate you coming by. And thank you for putting up with my craziness.
I
I
appreciate it though, honestly. Anytime you want me on the show, I had an amazing time.
Thank you so very much. And thank you to each and every one of you guys. We're going to leave you with Solo Tu Bebe, the current single from Vanita Leo. I highly encourage you to request the song. I highly encourage you to stream the song wherever you see it, stream it, buy it. Why not buy it? Because you can put it on your phone. See, if you put it on your phone, if you have it on your playlist, this is what happens. Hey man, have you heard that new Vanita Leo song? Check it out. Hold on. Oh, wait, it's buffering. Oh man, it's buffering again. See? But if you buy it, it's on your phone, bro. You just hit play and it's there. That's the best thing about it.
Mhm.
So if just buy it. It's 99 cents. It's less than a drink, you know? So that's it. It's there. It's on your phone. You can play it anytime you want to. You take a shower listening to it, man. You dance around and everything else. You learn how to dance with your girl. There you go. Just like that. So go ahead and support your artists. That's how you do it. You go to their shows, you buy their merch. If you're going to see them, put the phone down. Don't record it. I have a $5,000 camera. I'm going to videotape it. Trust me. It'll be 10 times better than what your phone will do. And I get paid to do stuff like that. You go dance with your girl, go dance with your guy, make memories. Do it that way. Don't do it on your phone. Trust me,
Mhm.
you'll have a better time. With that being said, thank you so very much, Vanita. Sorry, Barbie, you couldn't get back on. I'll see you next week. Um, and coming on Monday, we have Orphe that's going to be on Monday. So y'all be sure to show up coming this Monday. I will see y'all when I see y'all. Thank you so very much for joining us, each and every one of y'all. If you were having a bad day today, if today was not your day, just remember every day planes take off against the wind. You matter. You are loved. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and leave you with Solo Tu Bebe from Vanita Leo. Indio right here. Vanita, can you hang around so that we can take care of some radio business after this?
Of course.
Thank you so very much to each and every one of you. Solo Tu Bebe from Vanita Leo. That is the Vanita Leo right there. This is Indio right here, Cuba Radio. Hasta luego, guys. We'll see y'all next time.
Ahora te tengo en mis brazos y me dices te quiero. Y yo no sé cómo fue, pero me enamoré. Eres la luz de mi vida, mi amorcito eterno. Para mí, eres todo lo que yo quería. Llégame y tu amor me vuelve loca. Siempre contesto tus llamadas. It's always been you. Contigo juntando las almas. Baby, tú picas como salsa. It's always been you. And if you're ever everything, every little song I sing, it's always you. And I see you in my dreams every time I go to sleep. It's always you. Siempre eres tú. Siempre eres tú. Yeah, you got me like y tu amor me vuelve loca. Siempre contesto tus llamadas. It's always been you. Contigo juntando las almas. Baby, tú picas como salsa. It's always been you. You got me like te espero, te quiero aquí cada noche.